Hi everyone. In this video we will be using OpenAI's API with Node JS and also sending requests from our Postman. So let's get started. So first let me go and create the Node JS code, and later I will be showing you how you can access the OpenAI API with creating a key. So first thing, just go to your favorite editor. I am using Visual Studio Code over here, and just create a new folder, and inside that folder we will be having our main.js. Alright, and after that just go to terminal, click on new terminal. Here we will be requiring two packages. One is going to be express because we are going to have a get call over here, that is obvious, and another one is going to be the OpenAI package itself. So it's going to be npm I space express space OpenAI. Hit enter. Yeah, so both the packages are installed. So if I go to package.json, I'll be having express and OpenAI. This is good. So now let's just import both the packages inside our file. So it's going to be const express equal to require express, and here you can see this is the latest version of OpenAI. I think if you are using older code, if you watch some older tutorials, they may have OpenAI 3 point something. So the code is completely changed in OpenAI version 4. So you need to use the latest code over here. And next is going to be const OpenAI equal to require OpenAI. And next is going to be the app thing, const app equal to express, the standard stuff that we use, app.use express.json, because I'm going to send data from Postman in the form of JSON. So we need to use over here express.json also. Yeah. So now we are good with this. Let's go and add the code where we will be including our OpenAI key. So it's going to be const OpenAI equal to new, this particular variable that we have used. It's going to be OpenAI, and within a circular bracket and a curly bracket, here it's going to be API key, and inside this we need to specify our OpenAI API key, and make sure that you specify this in the right way. It's camel case, K should be capital. So now let's see how we can get our OpenAI API key. So first thing, for that, just go to Google and type OpenAI. So you will be needing a ChatGPT or OpenAI account already created. So click this, just click on login. I have already created an account. If you don't have an account, you need to just create one. So you'll be getting three options over here: ChatGPT, DAL-E, and API. We need API. Just click that. And if you go at the top, personal, here you will be having view API keys. Just select that. And here you will be having an option to create a new secret API key. And this is super important. Never expose this key anywhere, and never use this key in the front end. Always have a separate server Node.js code and use it there, and don't give to anyone. I'll just click on create secret key, and it will ask you to verify if you are a human or not. Just complete this puzzle. Yeah, so once we are done solving that puzzle, we will be having verification successful, and this is going to be our secret key. So I'll just copy this, and we need to just click on done. And in case if you are getting any errors when using this key, you need to go to this usage thing, okay? And here it will show you what percentage of your OpenAI API credit that you have used. So there are two ways. One is the free trial that OpenAI API gives us. So here you can see, right, I'm having a $5 credit granted, and it expires by December 1. And make sure that you check the expiry date for your OpenAI API account, okay? So now we are good. We have just copied the key. Now let's go to our code, and we are just going to paste it over here. So you need to be careful with the key. Okay, now we are done. Now let's go and create our get function. So this is going to be app.get, and it's going to be the path. It takes two parameters. One is a path, and another one is going to be a callback function. So it's going to be get response. I will have something like this, and it's going to be the callback request comma response, and we'll be having an arrow function over here. And first let me show you without getting the prompt from the Postman, and later I'll be showing you how to add a JSON over there. Okay, So let's just directly create a chat completion. That's what it's called in OpenAI's technical term, chat completion, which gives us a response from OpenAI's API. So for that we need to have a variable. It's going to be const. I'll have it as response equal to, this is going to be a await because we are making an API call. It's going to be await OpenAI, which is this variable over here. You need to be careful with the variables. This variable corresponds to this one. This variable corresponds to this one. Dot chat dot, we'll be having completions and dot create, and we have to open circular bracket and another curly bracket. Okay, so I'm continuing over here, and inside this we need to specify the model. So I'll just put model over here. So by default the good model many of them are using is GPT hyphen 3.5 hyphen turbo. Okay, this is a good model that you can use. I'll just put a comma over here, and next one is going to be the message that we are going to send to OpenAI's API. So it's going to be message, and here we will be specifying our prompt. And before the prompt we need to specify the role. Okay, we are a user, so we need to specify the role as user. So it's going to be role as a key and value pair. It's going to be user, and I'll just put a comma. Next is going to be the content, which is going to be the text prompt that we are going to send. Okay, content, and this is also going to be a key and value pair, and this is going to be our text prompt that we are going to send to OpenAI's API and generate an AI response. So I'll just give here essay on global warming. Okay, something like that. You can give whatever you want. I will just give that. And next one is going to be the maximum tokens. I really like this parameter. Okay, max tokens. Let me give it as 100. So what max tokens means is that whenever we use this OpenAI API key, the usage is calculated based upon the tokens. So here you can see, right, one token is approximately 4 characters or 0.75 words. So in our case I have specified 100 tokens, so we will be getting 75 words in our response. If you don't give this, we will be getting an entire response, and if we get an entire response, the number of tokens that we use increases and our usage also increases here, and it will cost us more. Okay, so in case if you are giving some trial purposes, you need to just restrict it, and in case if you are going for a production, you can just remove this. This is not written in production code, only for testing purposes. And if you want, you can also use there. It's totally up to you. So now we are done with this, and it's throwing an error for await because we need to have a async function. So I'll just give here async. Yeah, so now we are good. So now let's just go and console it. Okay, just go here and have a console dot log. I'll just have it as response because that is the thing that we are getting from the API, and this is good. And final thing, we have to make our server listen. So it's going to be app dot listen, and we need to specify the port number. I will go with 3000, and another callback function. Let's just console.log server started. Yeah, this is fine. And now if we hit this path, we will be getting an essay on global warming, okay, from the Postman. So I think we are good now. Let me just now save it. And for starting the server, we need to use the node. It's going to be our file name. Yeah, server started, so we are good now. And let me just go to here and quickly get the localhost path. Yeah, just copy this one. So I'll just come to my Postman, and if you click on this plus icon, you'll be getting a new workspace. Just paste it. So it's going to be http colon / localhost colon your port number that you have specified over here. Okay, so that needs to be same. Since I'm using 3000 over here, I'm specifying 3000 here also. And after this, we need to specify our path, which is going to be /get response, and make sure that you're using HTTP. If you put HTTPS, you may get some errors. And our path. So now if I send it, we will be basically getting the console here as a response. So if I just send it, and here we won't be getting anything, and Okay, we are getting messages is a required property, and this is not message, it is messages. Just change it inside the response thing. So I'll just change it and save it, and just rerun it again, and this time I will send it again. So here you can see I haven't got any errors, and this is the message. Okay, this message is the thing that we want. Okay, this is where the response from our OpenAI is present. So we need to access this particular thing. Okay, so this is the whole JSON is response. So we need to go inside choices, and inside choices we need to access the element of this list. This is because this is a list. Okay, this is a list, and this JSON present inside this list is present at the 0th index. So it's going to be something like this. Response is this whole thing, and we need to get choices at first. So it's going to be response dot choices, and inside choices, since it is a list, we need to access the 0th index, which is this particular JSON. So it's going to be choices of 0th index, and inside the 0th index we need to access this message. So it's going to be 0 dot message. Okay, so this is how we need to like access, go deep and access that particular key and its value. So I will just now save it and stop it. You can use nodemon, if you want. So I started, and if I just click on send again, so here you can see this is the content that I'm getting. So here you can see, right, it's saying role as assistant, which means it's AI which is generating this particular thing. And here you can see this is my prompt, essay on global warming, and I'm getting the response. And if you want to access this particular content directly, you can just have here dot content. That's it. So now we are good. We are going good. Now let's see how we can send this particular text from Postman. Okay, so for that it's going to be so simple. We will be just having here body, and now by default we will be having none. And another important thing, you need to have here get. Okay, don't put here post or put something, because here we are using get function. Okay, app.get, it's a get call. So if you use some other operation over here, we will be obviously getting an error. So now we need to go to raw, and here we will be having text. Please change that to JSON, and inside this put a curly bracket, double quotes. Let's just have a key name as user prompt in camel case, and here we will be having our text. So I'll just go with essay on earth, something like that, some other prompt. So in case if you're going to have a front end or something, this is the place where you will be like sending the data. Just imagine you have a UI, so this is how you need to send JSON. Okay, so this is good. So now we need to find a way how to access this particular prompt. So for that, just go here, const, I'll just have it as user prompt, and it's going to be request this variable dot body dot, we have to specify the key name that we have used over here. So I have given it as user prompt. Just copy this and I'll just paste it. Okay, and let's see if we are getting this user prompt now. So I'll just have here a console dot log. I'll just go with user prompt. Yeah, so I'll just save it and rerun it again, and I'll just send it. So here you can see I'm having essay on here. So now let's see how we can integrate this. So let me just remove this console, and we need to just replace this particular text inside our messages key and content key with our variable. Okay, we need to just replace this. Rather than hard coding it, we will be sending it from Postman, or in case if you have a front end, you can send it from there. So I will just save it, and we will be directly getting the content. Why are we like doing this? We can just have here dot content. Yeah, we are now accessing this value using this key. Okay, we'll just save it, and yeah, clear this, start it again, and I will just send it. So this time we will be directly getting the essay. You see, right? Because we are directly accessing the content which is present inside the response. But in our Postman, we will be still having sending request, because we aren't sending back anything, right? We aren't acknowledging that this particular call is complete to Postman. So for that, what we can do is we can just have here response.send. Let me just now copy this. I will send this as an response. Paste it, saving it, stopping it, and rerun it again. And this time I will go with some other prompt, essay on OpenAI itself. Yeah. So I'll just click on send, and here you can see this is what I get. OpenAI is an artificial intelligence thing, blah blah blah. And if I go to my Postman, and if I go to this response thing body, here you can see I'm having the response here also, and this is like not completed because we are having this constraint max tokens as 100. If you want to get the full response, you can just remove this, or you can increase the max tokens. That's totally up to your choice. And we are getting the response in Postman because of this line. So this is basically how you use OpenAI's API and integrate with Node.js and get a response in Postman. So I hope you would have found this video useful. Do check the playlist of my channel. I've done a lot of other programming videos and CRUD operations, also many other AI videos. Check them out, subscribe me. Thanks for watching.